Hi, this is Richard with North Texas Ball Cards, and this is the August box from Slater Sports Cards, the Retro Wax Box. So let's go ahead and open it and see what kind of fun and excitement is in store for us. Ooh, I already see our favorite pack there, the 89 Fleer. Let me move this over a little bit. And our itinerary says we have 84 Fleer, 87 Fleer, 87 Donruss, 87 Topps, 89 Donruss, 89 Bowman, 89 Fleer, 90 Score, 91 Topps, and 93 Topps. There'll also be some other packs going from 82 to 94. Giving us a total of 25 packs, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get these out and start looking. All right, 89 Fleer. We already know what's going to be our last pack of the evening. 93 Topps, 89 Bowman. And I think this is 89 Donruss. Yeah, 89 Donruss. 87 Donruss, 84 Fleer, 87 Fleer, and 87 Topps. Put that right there. And here's our 89 Topps, 90 Upper Deck, 88 Donruss, and 92 Topps. Cello pack of, what are these, 89s, I think? And another cello pack of Fleers. Some 91 Topps, always a good one. Here's our 90 Score, 92 Fleer, 91 Donruss, 90 Fleer, 88 Score, 91 Fleer Ultra, 89 Score. Didn't I just see that? No, 88 Score, and 92 Score. It's not a bad setup this time. So far, I'm liking the Slater's Sports Cards Retro Wax Box more than I did Collectible Card Club. Collectible Card Club, you didn't get as many packs, and it was more expensive. So it's not really, I don't mean it as a ding to them. I did like their product, but I like this one more. Jared Slater with Slater Sports Cards, you got a good product. All right, let's start off with 92 Score. There's Denny Martinez leading us off, Cliff Floyd, Brian Barber, Carlos Garcia, Carmelo Martinez, Steve Searcy, Jack Howell, Mark Davis, Score Dream Team, Will Clark, Charlie O'Brien, Tom Prince, Glenn Davis, Rick Honeycutt, Lloyd Mosby, Ricky Jordan, and Jack Armstrong. And let's see, we just did scores. How about we do something else? How about 91 Fleer Ultra? And our sticker for the pack, the Cardinals. Jeff Brantley's leading us off. Carlos Garcia, Andre Santana, Doug Jones, John Franco, Randy Reddy, Todd Burns, Dave Anderson, Gene Larkin, Damon Berryhill, Steve Carter, Kenny Rogers with your Texas Rangers, Rick Honeycutt still with the A's, and Eric Plunk with the damn Yankees. Well, we got a bunch of score in this stack. How about we kind of mix them up a little bit? All right, 88-9 score, 89 score this time. Looks like it's going. This first stack is going to be Fleer, then score, then Fleer, then score. Ooh, that card's a little muffed up. I don't know what happened to him, but Bob McClure, you bit the dust. Benny Santiago, Kirk Gibson, Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven, Cecil Fielder, 1941, a year to remember. I wonder what happened then. David Cohn, who does the play-by-play for ESPN on Sunday Night Baseball. Tom Candiotti, Mike Stanley, Jerry Reed, the ball player, not the singer, Darren Dalton, Rick Sutcliffe, Manny Trio, Mike Boddicker, Tom Bolton, Michael's brother, Jose Rio, and Mike Campbell. Score, and now we're going back to Fleer again, 1990 Fleer. Baseball card quiz with a sticker for the Twins. Billy Ripken, Jerry Royce, Kevin Apier, Hall of Famer Gary Carter, Tom Candiotti again, Jose Rio again, Player of the Decade Dale Murphy, Chris Spire, Bob Stanley, another Hall of Famer Greg Maddux, Teddy Higuera, Al Newman, Dean Wilkins, Frank Tanana, and Bruce Hurst. Let's see, we just did Fleer, so I guess that means it's back to score. So let's see. Ha! Donruss, fooled you that time. 91 Donruss, if I'm not mistaken. There's our puzzle piece. Yeah, 91 Donruss. Mackie Sasser, Robbie Thompson, Mike Bielicki, Cecil Fielder, Manny Lee, Colby Ward, Milt Thompson, Joel Skinner, Diamond Kings Checklist, the Kid, Ken Griffey Jr., his All-Star card, Bill Landrum, Mike Howell, late great Dave Parker, Jim Acker, and Luis Polonia. Pretty off-center, even top to bottom, and left to right. Well, Donruss, you could do better than that. Of course, it was 1991, so maybe they couldn't. And how about 88 score? We're back to score and score, Fleer, and score on this stack. Lee Smith. There's David Cohn again. Matt Williams. Milt Thompson again. Dave. Yeah, Dave. And our trivia card. Great moments in baseball. Do you remember 1932, October 1st, Wrigley Field? No, that was still a little few years before I discovered America. Bobby Thigpen, Bud Black, Floyd Humans, Pat Clements, Mark Davis, Chris James, Chris James, I did read it right. Raphael Belliard, Jerry Mumphrey, Darren Dalton, Donnie Hill, Gene Nelson, and Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. A couple of good ones in there. '92 Fleer. Jay Booner, Lee Gooderman. These are so nice and crisp yet. Darren Jackson. Fleer All-Stars, Felix Jose, Lee Smith, Jerome Walton, Steve Chitrin, Greg Litton, Mike Flanagan, Les Lancaster, Dave Holmes, Randy Tomlin, Wade Taylor, Thomas Howard, Jeff Reardon, Norm Charlton, Super Siblings Roberto and Sandy Jr., the Alomar Boys. '90 score. Maybe we'll see that Bo Jackson shoulder pads and baseball bat. Maybe we'll get one of those. Frank Tanana, Greg Olson, Nilson Liriano, Junior Felix, Pat Tabler, Dave Anderson, the MVPs, National League, 1969. Don't need that. Earl Cunningham, Brett Saberhagen, Kevin Brown, Mike Kruko, John Cangelosi, Jose Orozco, John Costello, or Costello, depending on how you pronounce it, Jim Corsi, Tony Fosis, and Dave West. So no Bo Jackson this time. No Bo knows. All right, that's that stack. Let's put it back in the box. All right, now let's move on to some 91 Topps. So long to the piece of gum. Dan Pasqua gave us all for the gum. Let's get rid of the propaganda card. Put the gum on the bottom. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. Steve Bedrosian, Hector Villanueva, Efren Valdez, Jose Oquendo, Rick Sutcliffe, Dick Schofield, John Smoltz, minus the stash, Bud Harrelson, All-Stars Cecil Fielder, Mike Schooler, Mark Gardner, another Roid Boy, Barry Bonds, Joe Gray, don't know. And there's our friend Dan Pasqua, gave his life for the bubble gum. Now, what do we got here? This looks like some more 89 Fleer. Cello pack kind of just self-destructed as I open it. All right, Charlie Huff leading us off. Kelly Downs, Don Baylor, Gary Templeton, Wes Gardner, Terry Leach, Gary Ward, Rick Aguilera, Mike Smithson, Kevin Gross, Brooke Jacoby, Eric Davis, Roid Boy, again, another Roid Boy, Mark McGuire, Ken Caminetti, Sticker, National League, the Mets. Don't need that one. Don't need the Twins or the Pirates either. Dave Smith, look at that hair. Ron Hassey, Leon Durham, Glenn Braggs, Paul Ossenmacher, Mike Campbell, Mike Krukow, Matt Noakes, Hall of Famer Terry Gwynn, another Hall of Famer, Cal Jr., Mike Marshall, Dennis Eckersley. There's a whole bunch of Hall of Famers in this one. Floyd Humans and Mark Kubica. There might be a couple of them to hang on to in this from this pack. I think that's a, looks like that might be a double pack. And how about we go for some more tops? 92 tops. There's our propaganda card. Scott Terry, Juan Bell, Big Cat Andres Galarraga, Rene Gonzalez, Topps Black Gold, the Angels, Luis Soyo, Brian Downing, Barry Jones, Lenny Webster, Hal McRae, a very valuable checklist, Mark Wallers, Dale Murphy, David Burba, another great Eddie Murray, and Charlie Librant. Oop, I just dropped my wrapper on the floor. And we just did tops. Let's do something different. How about 88 Donruss? There's our puzzle piece. Rob McClure, Greg Caderet, Lonnie Smith. It's like somebody punched him in the jaw. Tommy Henzo, Jeff Hamilton, Steve Trout, Al Nipper, Pat Sheridan, Dave Stapleton, Jeff Ballard, Diamond Kings Billy Hatcher, Mark Davidson, Rick Leach, Jerry Reed, Manny Trio, and Craig Lefferts. couple of good ones in there. We'll probably hang on to that one. Okay, how about another solo pack? I think this is this isn't 87. I think this is 89 tops. 88 tops. Another double pack, it looks like. And the gum. Oh, the propaganda piece saved us from the gum gods this time. Alrighty then. Chuck Tanner with the Braves. Dan Plesac, who works for Major League Network, MLB TV, does their pregame now. Joel McKeon, Doug Sisk, Bob Brower with my Texas Rangers, Cecilio Guante, Gary Gaetti, Fred Manrique, Joe Sambito, Eric King, Floyd Rayford. There's our friend Dale again. Ted Simmons, Cal Daniels, Mets leaders. Looks like Gary Carter and I can't tell. There's Pirates leaders. I think that one is Barry Bonds, I think. Don Schultz, Dave Concepcion, Dave LaPointe, Randy Bush, Junior Ortiz, Hall of Famer Tim Raines, Ken Dixon, Mike, and 87 record breakers, the Necro Brothers, Phil and Joe. There's Al Nipper, a very valuable checklist, and Brett Butler. How about some Upper Deck, just to kind of break things up a little bit. So that's what are these, 90 Upper Deck. Let's see what kind of goodness we have in this pack. There's our sticker. It is. I can't read it just a second. Let me get the cards in order. Oh, looks like it's a Ranger sticker. Yeah. Might have to hang on to that one. Jeff Ballard. Rick Honeycutt. Rick Sutcliffe. Dave Schmidt. Jack McDowell. Tony Armas, Willie Frazier, Frank Williams, Mike Davis, Scott Fletcher, John Congolosi, Rob Dibble. It's like he's getting way too close to his glove. Jay Howell, Brooke Jacoby, and Kevin Gross. I was watching a ball game yesterday, and the guy went to bunt. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm showing my age, but when I was playing baseball as a young child, as a young person, you only bunted if somebody was on base. This guy was bunting, nobody on. To me, that's one of those things I just don't get. Oh, Fernando Valenzuela, I'm sorry, but you had to give your all for the gum gods. We'll see what we can do about you, get you cleaned up. We'll put you on the bottom of the stack. Frank Viola is going to get us going. Brian Fisher, Dave Island, Randy Valerdi, Dave Schmidt, Andy Van Slyke, Von Hayes, L. Leiter. Jack Leiter is pitching for the Rangers. He's now one in starting rotation. Luis Salazar, Glenn Wilson, Joe Carter, Mike Flanagan, Tom Lawless, Bob Brower with the Rangers, and there's the aforementioned Fernando Valenzuela, the late great. Let's see if we get all these straightened back out so they're not all damaged when I go to put them in the inventory. All right, we are 2/3 of the way through the box, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go to some 87 tops. And it looks like a Phillies Leaders. Of course, that one doesn't hardly get any gum residue on it. Got a little bit on there, but I can clean that off. And there's our propaganda piece. 87 tops. Rick Aguilera, Luis Quinones, Mike Easler, John Denny, Tim Wallach, Jeff Sellers, Dennis Oil Can Boyd, Darrell Evans, Pat Clements, Rick Anderson, Doyle Alexander, White Sox Leaders, Atlee Hammaker, Mike Loind with the Rangers. Don't quite remember him, but then again, Brad Havens, Moose Haas, and Phillies Leaders. Put him back on the bottom so they're not messing up the rest of the cards. All right, let me put some more of these in the box. Okay, how about some 87 Fleer? We haven't done any Fleer in a while. Seems like forever since we've done any of those. And our sticker in this pack is Blue Jays Expos. Oral Hershiser, Steve Yeager, Hojo Howard Johnson, Dennis Leonard, Bob Boone, who I think is now in the Rangers organization somehow, Todd Worrell, Mike Diaz, Charles Hudson, Darnell Coles, Glenn Wilson, Chris Chambliss, the AL Fireman, Moose Haas, and Gary Righetti. I think it's Gary. Dave Righetti and Don Haas. Jeff Sellers, Corey Snyder, Rupert Jones, Tom Herr, and Bobby Bonilla with the Pirates. Arr, he's a pirate. And let's do another Fleer. 84 Fleers. Brian Giles. Let's go with Giles, as in the J. Giles Band, which y'all are too young to remember. Keith Etherton, Art Howe, Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer, Toby Hara, Tim Raines, Hall of Famer, Bobby Mitchell, not Hall of Famer, Biff, Biff. Okay, Fernando Valenzuela, Damaso Garcia, Ken Landro, Don Hood, Jorge Orta, Frank DePino, Brian Downing, and the sticker, for some reason, in the back of the pack this time, the Cubbies. Okay, what do we got now? How about some Donruss? 87 Donruss, to be exact. 87 Donruss. I was junior in high school. Puzzle piece. Dave Henderson. Sean Dunston. There's Moose again. Rudy Law. Kurt Ford. Teddy Higuera. Glenn Davis. Jack Morris. Mike Scott. Walt Terrell. Craig Lefferts. Jose Oquendo. Fred McGriff, the Crime Dog. Darryl Strawberry. Wonder if he was using any of his products by then. And Darnell Coles. Darryl Strawberry left for drug allegations, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't keep his nose clean. That's a shame, too. All right, and I think this is 89. Yeah, there's some 89 Donruss. Puzzle piece. Mike Morgan. Followed by Checklist. And then Willie McGee. Jamie Moyer. There's Bobby Bowe again. Ozzie Virgil. Rob Murphy. David Palmer. There's late great Tony Gwynn. Bob Knepper. What's trying to think of the hair product he endorsed for a while. Just for Men, maybe? I think it's Just for Men, Keith Hernandez. And Cameron Drew. Joe Carter again. Tim Wallach. And another of the late great Dave Parker. Wow, the contrast in that picture. Oh, man. Okay, how about something new or something different for this box? 89 Bowman. Maybe we'll find Frank Thomas in there. Of course, it will be the one that gets bit by the gum gods. There's the gum and Wally Whitehurst. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, there's our propaganda piece. Satchel Paige. Wasn't a Satchel Paige card. Stacy something. Steve. Looks like Stacy to me. Steve Farr. Brady Anderson. Rock Raines. Wow, look how bad that one's cut. Daryl Evans. Paul Molitor. There's a good one to hang on to. There's Junior. No, that's Jose Oquendo. Wow, 2 A's back to back. Mike Moore. Bob Welch. Alfredo Griffin, if I could read the writing right. He does not look happy. Pat Sheridan. Why were you so unhappy, Pat? Ken Daly. And Wally Whitehurst. And let's get rid of, I wish I'd get a Satchel Paige, but not likely to get one of these packs. Talk about some amazing luck, though. If I did that, I would go buy a lottery ticket that weekend. All right, second to last pack, and that is 93 Topps. 93 Topps. I was my second semester of college. Maybe. Second semester, thereabouts, somewhere in that ballpark. Eric Anthony. Reggie Sanders, Gary Gaetti, Gene Larkin, Bob Eralt, don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, another Topps Gold. That is Craig Grebeck. That one's hard to read. Jose Lind, Dan Walters, Steve Buechele, who next year is with the Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. There's Jose Guzman with the Rangers. Junior Ortiz with the Indians. Ed Nunez with the Texas Rangers. Pudge Rodriguez with the Texas Rangers. Oh, Derek Jeter, rookie card. Oh, yeah. We will be hanging on to this one. That one will get put aside. And Roberto Kelly. Yeah, I think we'll hang on to the Jeter one. Yeah, that's luck. I forgot about that one being in there. Okay, the last pack of the box. Ta-da! 89 Fleer. We all know what cards we're looking for. The Billy Ripken, the Jeff Treadway, and Randy Johnson. And our stickers are the Padres, Giants, Cardinals, and Pirates. Roger Clemens, Melido Perez, Kendi Sierra, Neil Heaton, Dave Valley, Kevin Mitchell, Fred Lynn, Jay Howell, Rick Aguilera, Dave Smith, Mark McGuire, might hang on to that one too, Ron Hesse, Ricky Henderson, definitely hanging on to him, Don Carmen, and Pete Incaviglia with the Rangers. Well, no Billy Ripken, no Randy Johnson, and no Jeff Treadway. Maybe next month, y'all. Maybe next month. That concludes this box. And I think so far the greatest hit was cha-ching, the Derek Jeter. This is a draft pick. Yeah, I think this is his considered his rookie card, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be, that one will go into PC, and we'll probably not ever get traded for anything except both of the whiteouts versions of the Billy Ripken card. So if you've got those and are interested in the Derek Jeter, let me know in the comments, and you can reach out to me and we will work something out. All right, well, we're now caught up. That was the August box. So we are good to go now. I'm going to see if I can maybe shoot another couple of videos. I still got a crap ton of 2025 tops for y'all to do. I got three retail boxes and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 hanger boxes, because we all know hangers be bangers. So I will see if I can get those out to you. Maybe I'm feeling motivated now. I'll see if I can shoot me some more videos. I want to thank all y'all for your time and your effort and watching my videos. There's lots of other content out there. I'm just glad to be a small part of it. I will like to thank y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, help me out, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. This is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards. Y'all have a good rest of your day.